Our first evaluator is Jim Decker. Jim Decker.
We all have challenges. I have a challenge. Mine isn't vertical. It's hair. And all I can tell you is that in my case, less is definitely not more. Madam Contest Chair, Madam President, distinguished judges and friends, and best of all, Sandy, who gave us a wonderfully entertaining speech this evening. Let me jump right into some of the things that I really enjoyed about Sandy's speech. First of all, she came up here as a professional. She had her table set up, she paused before she began, and she gave us a question to engage the audience right from the start. She used the stage very well. She moved around, and she used her gestures. In particular, I loved the image of her struggling to get the shirt off the rack or to get the cans off the shelf. And she, of course, she brought a visual aid with her. Bravo. One of the things that Sandy also did well was that she used personal stories. And she had dialogue in those stories that kept us engaged as she went throughout. Now, I'd like to give some ideas for consideration in case Sandy wants to polish this up and give it on a stand-up routine. First of all, I found Sandy's eye contact, although she looked around the room, I felt she was going over the tops of our heads. I didn't feel like there was a one-on-one connection for 2 to 3 seconds with any one individual as she did that. So I would recommend trying to focus on a few people, rest your eyes, and connect. Secondly, she had good movement using the stage, but I always like a little bit more purpose to the movement. There's great opportunity in here to set different scenes. For instance, when she was in school, she could come over here and set the height. And then when she went to the store, over here. And then she could refer back to those at different parts to her speech. The last suggestion I have for Sandy is, as a Toastmaster, even with an entertaining speech, I think there's an opportunity at the end for a bit of a wrap-up with the audience. She began with a question, but she left us kind of dangling. And I think there was an opportunity there at the end to ask something along the lines of, are you vertically challenged? Or hair challenged? Best of all, Sandy gave us wonderful, self-deprecating humor. And that goes a long way toward connecting with the audience. We don't feel that she's up here ahead of us for any reason. So, in summary, pause was great. The gestures were great. Visual aids were great. Work on the eye contact more and get with the movement. But whether you're vertically challenged or hair challenged, as Pat Johnson told us earlier, we all need to stand by one another.